we begin the third week of Lent, time to focus on the next discipline Jesus tells us about, fasting. Now, fasting, the very word, has negative connotations. I know as a kid, and even as an adult, it was something I dreaded. As a kid, fasting meant giving up ice cream and chocolate and dessert. As I became a young adult, it meant giving up alcohol. Things we all like, things we enjoy. So it has a negative connotation. We also realize the value of fasting. By denying ourselves those things we like, those things we enjoy, it helps us grow in our own strength. It helps us grow in our focus to not lose what's really important. And that's why fasting is such an integral part of Lent, because it directs us inward. It refocuses us on those evil inclinations that can build up in us. My friends, Lent is a time to remember that the devil is real and that there's evil in all of us, no matter who we are. And if we don't recognize that, then we can't recognize that sometimes our desires can lead us in the wrong direction. And until we learn to master them, then we are at the mercy of them. We need to be in charge of our desires, not the other way around. And by disciplining ourselves to give up chocolate or coffee or alcohol or whatever it is, something that's pretty small in the bigger spectrum of things, teaches us an important lesson. Because if I can discipline myself to not give in to that craving for chocolate, then I can also discipline myself not to give in to those sinful cravings that are much more dangerous. That craving to anger, that desire for power, that desire for selfishness or lust, etc., etc., etc. That's why that inward motion is so important. Because if I'm able to give in to all my desires, then what stops me from giving in to those sinful desires that lead me away from the Lord? That's why fasting is so important. It might be something that none of us like to do, and it might be difficult. It needs to be. For those of us who exercise, we all know the old adage, no pain, no gain. So it is for the Spirit. Until we discipline ourselves to get control of those areas of our lives and our own desires, then we can never move in the right direction towards Christ. Fasting focuses us inward on what needs to change in me, to make sure that my desires, my thoughts, my actions, everything is moving in the right direction. By denying myself those little things teaches me how to control the big things. Not an easy task for any of us, but an essential task if we're going to truly follow the Lord. Not a sermon, but just a thought that might actually change the way we live our lives.